crystals, pyramid. Welcome home, family, and join us for the fun. Colorful guests, people everywhere under the sun. Interesting conversations, prayers first has begun. Invocation, manifestation, conversation then will come. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Let's start drinking some water, juice or tea. King Killer was recommended for you and me. Guayusa mixed together, maple syrup or honey. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Learn from the healers, crystals, pyramids. Learn from the healers, the artists, the seers, authors and teachers, dissolving your fears. Workshops of wisdom, the circle is wide. Plant medicine whispers, the planets align. All magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Crystals and pyramids, magnets that spin. Organ awakening the power within. Tantra and herbs, the gateways ignite. Shamanic drums calling truth into light. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Psychedelics painting vision so bright. Planetary activists guarding the night. Awareness expanding the cosmos in view. Higher vibrations are flowing through you. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Hey. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Moorish Monday with Abdullah Il Talib Mosi Bey on Magnus Crystal Pyramid YouTube. Oh, something going. I'm on twice. Hey, brother Hank, what's? Why am I on twice?
Because you jumped in and jumped out.
Oh, I did. I had a phone call. That's what it is. So do I need to? Can you come? Do I need to go back out?
Nah, stay where you are. You good.
All right. Waiting for Abundance Child. She backstage?
She was, and she left. Maybe she had a phone call too.
All right. So she should be coming. Yeah. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Moorish Monday with Abdullah Il Talib Mosi Bey on Magnus Crystals Pyramid YouTube. As always, we're also on Moroccan Post Media YouTube. Welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't done so, we have newcomers. If you're a newcomer, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button because you're gonna like what you're gonna see and hear. Let people know that we are live and direct. Blow the horn. Put it on, post it on your social media platforms. I greatly appreciate you for following on Moorish Monday for 2 years now. This is actually heading into my third year. Once again, give thanks to Uncle Hank for offering this platform to me 2 years ago. For the third time, live and direct, in the flesh, Sister Abundance Child. We go back for about 15 years. Like Taj and I were talking about you last week. Taj was on last week, Abundance.
Yeah.
And I told the audience that you and Taj have known you, that we have known you for about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely excited. Today's topic is the jurisdiction of speech. The jurisdiction of speech.
Mm-hmm.
So gracious with your presence. This is your third time. Just give us a quick overview of something about your background.
Well, just a regular American girl, and that's what I'm looking for. Went to university. Really found myself at university because I was in the part of the AUC in Atlanta during the 90s. So I was down there from like 93 to 96. And it really made an impression on me. I was seeing the Moors, Nation of Islam, Nation of Gods and Earth, Rastas, Alsera, Set, Dr. Sabi. Just so it exposed me to so much. So then,
Well-rounded, yes.
Yeah. Then I ended up coming back to Delaware, and I was just like, this is a conscious desert. You know how they talk about food deserts? I was like, this is a consciousness desert.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up working it out here, going through, working for Bank of America, DART, Verizon. All of those things just really didn't work for me. And I ended up finding myself through Blog Talk Radio and meeting so many great people and interviewing them and being a great student. And then ended up just saying, you know what, I need to put my money where my mouth is. I don't want to just be one of those conscious people that just talk, and have all these books. And so I created Drop Squad Kitchen. And that's where I'm at now is I got rid of the storefront for Drop Squad Kitchen. And now we have a lot of our products available worldwide for shipping. We're doing a lot of classes. I'm married now. I wasn't, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have a grandson now. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I saw the grandson online, Facebook, last week. You show pictures, yeah.
I'm texting a link to folks. Oops. Ooh, seems like there's a delay on my computer. I can hear him really well, but I don't. It's a delay. Usually, it's like. Really? Yeah. Can I see your computer?
Yes. Is that light too high? Is that light too high?
Yeah. It's not about high. It's just. I don't know what kind of setup this is really. It's very blurry. So Ananata, I'm going to send you the link. I'm going to go to YouTube to see what's going on because I don't see Abdullah on the stream either. I don't see Abdullah on the stream either.
All right. No technical difficulty.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, take
No, you can take this phone. Take this.
Yeah, we have. All right, you're going to get that straightened out. All right, so
Yeah,
we're waiting for Abundance Child to
it's on
get
this
that
side.
situated. Once again, welcome to Moorish Monday with Abdullah El Tale Mosi Bey. Across the screen is my website, mooresandmasonry.org. Anyone interested in getting my books, Moors and Masonry Part 1 and Part 2, The Masonic Compass Square, The Connection and Measurement of Timekeeping, How Our Venus and Moon Rule, Etymology and Vocabulary. And etymology vocabulary is something that you want. Go to mooresandmasonry.org. We're on two platforms. This one, Magnus Crystal's Pyramid, YouTube, and Moroccan Post Media, YouTube. All right, so we have for the third time, live and direct, once again, Sister Abundance Child. Today's topic is jurisdictional speech. Take it away, Abundance.
Hold on one second. I'm switching computers
You're
because
switching computers. All right, I have you.
get
So
this out. It seems like this one's more.
this is going to those who have seen Abundance over the years.
Now I can't hear him.
She's been, like I said, this is
can't
her
hear
third
him.
time on the platform, and was very, very excellent presentations. I really
Make sure
enjoyed
I'm
it.
off that
Got a
computer.
lot of
Exit
great
out of that.
Frozen. Can you
feedback,
just close it, John? It wouldn't let me
wonderful
until about
comments, and she's definitely going to be open for questions. So think about
Came on fine.
while she's
Islam
talking.
family,
But
abundance child. Abdullah, you have to check your sound.
my sound,
Okay.
It's
We
all right,
can't hear
brother.
you. I don't know if you can hear me.
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
you
you.
now.
So
Your
what I have to
sound's
do
not
is,
good.
all right, let me go. Let
Mute.
me go out because I have to check my
So-
sound. All right, I'll go out, come back in.
Oh yeah, we can't hear him.
Family,
All right.
stand by for these crazy technical difficulties. If you can hear me, abundance child, Pisces.
I hear you.
Okay, good. That's a good wave. Give it a sound check. Say something on your
I love brother.
I can't hear you either, so maybe it's me, but let's step out and come back in.
All right.
And family, hang on. We're gonna have some fun tonight.
All right.
Let me just give y'all some music while we figure this out.
All right. Let me get up out of here. Donna, do you know how I?
I am that I am. My body. I am more than my emotions or negative thoughts. I am more than any limiting beliefs. I am that.
to be muted.
Somebody else might have muted me.
Okay, Abundance Child, can you hear me? Your phone, you got your mic turned off.
Be on TV. This.
Can you hear me?
All right, you good. You're
All
good
right.
now. Good seeing you. God bless the cook and the time it took. Waiting on Brother Abdul to come back in.
Yep.
So you know what? Just go ahead and open up and hold it down because I know you can do it. And I'll be backstage. All right, just go ahead and free flow, sister.
I'm trying to relax with the sinus infection right now.
Oh, okay. Uh,
But now I'll hold it down.
okay.
Let me see what I could do. Let me look at this chat. I can't see the chat over here. All right, so peace and love to everybody that's in the chat. I can see it from my cell phone. Today, my topic was going to be about the jurisdiction of speech because I've been in this world 50 years, long enough, and been in this community of people who consider themselves to be woke and conscious to know that we really do not. I think it's a cliche for us that words have power and stuff like that, but I don't think that we do a good job of using our speech. And so I just really wanted to talk about the jurisdiction of speech.
Okay.
Are you there? Can we hear you?
I can't hear.
We can hear you.
I can't hear. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
It's problems on your end.
I can't hear you.
It's
I
your
can't
fault.
hear.
He's talking about him, not you.
Abundance, you can hear me?
Yep,
And I can hear
I can hear him.
So Abdullah, it's your phone. I'm gonna drop you out, bro.
I am the technology, science, math, music.
Okay.
dance.
Go ahead and continue, Abundance Child, please.
So yeah, we really need people to understand that we are the technology, the science, the math, the music, the dance, art. And if I was going to do an exercise while we were doing something right now, being as though we have so much carbon and melanin and we are so connected on so many different levels, all these different vibrations, I would not come on here and say, I can't hear you, because then you won't be able to hear me. That's what I wanted to talk about tonight, was the science of the breath, the science of the word, and basically how to use it to elevate and to ascend. Let's see. Y'all know I haven't hosted a show in a while. So if y'all have any questions or anything, you can just put it in the chat. But I definitely was looking forward to being a guest on today's show and just really him asking me questions. But basically, let's talk about from just like when we think about the word jurisdiction, knowing etymology, just, and then we have dicer. And dicer means to speak. So meaning that there is a spoken law that, or law spoken into effect. So law spoken into effect is the same as a thought creating a form, and whatever it is that is actually going to be, we have the power to speak that into effect. And that is the jurisdiction of speech. And so kind of made that up today. And I wanted to establish that speech itself is an operative act that is working inside of a system. And the system is the system of systems, which are the ones that we are a part of. So I also wanted to establish what God is as a governance ordinance department, or a information system that includes the all, every single thing that is and ever will be and ever was, seen and unseen, visible and invisible, is what I call God. It's not something that is outside of myself. It is not something that is outside of you. So if we go with that definition of God, and we go with that definition of jurisdiction, I wanted to make sure, jurisdiction and not jurisprudence, then we can understand that we all came here by a contract, and we contracted to incarnate into this earth and on this earth, which means that if you do that, you have to be in agreement that all life within nature is going to be connected and linked together. So you cannot speak outside of a system that we live in, which is Earth, which is worlds within worlds, because it's not abstract. Oh, you're back. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. So yeah, brother Ankh had said to just start saying stuff, so I was just going with my thoughts.
All right, go ahead. You good? Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Yeah, I had my volume was off, down. My media
Wow.
volume was off.
Okay. Well, we're here now. So yeah, I basically was talking about just what the word jurisdiction breaks down to be and why I came up with the jurisdiction of speech. And I didn't, when I thought about the topic, I was like, jurisdiction is about word, it's about speech. Because you have the just in there, which is law, and you have the diction or dicere part.
Yes.
And so, which means to speak. And I'm like, wow, we keep talking about these people don't have jurisdiction and all this type of stuff. But it's about law spoken into effect. And I have been saying, I really think that people have been taking word sound power and the power of the mouth and the ashe of the mouth for granted. They don't understand that we're really creating something into effect. You are creating a law into effect every time you speak. You are creating a form in a body, because all life that we see and cannot see, visible and invisible, is energy that vibrates and produces sounds, tones, which is affecting all life that we see and we cannot see. And we really take advantage of the situation. So I had some personal experiences that helped me to mature and to develop. And I'm a very emotional person, which means I'm beyond first dimension as a being. I'm not just here physically feeling. I'm not just existing. I actually am a highly emotional, spiritual being. And that can tap into different frequencies. All right. One day I realized that, and this always happens to me, if anybody does anything wrong to me, none known or unknown, they said a bad thing about me, something always happens to that person. And I'm laughing and I'm just like, yeah, actually egging it on, being very immature. Like, we already know something bad's going to happen to that person. And one of my last readings that I decided to get with Ifa, before I said I'm not doing this anymore, getting readings outside of myself, being as I'm initiated to Ifa, I will do my own readings, cast my own apale, read my own Ikin. I don't need somebody else doing that for me. But one of the last times I did it, they reminded me that I needed to pray for my enemies. Who wants to hear that? Pray for your enemies. Not when your ego is in charge. So I'm telling you, this was only a couple years ago. My ego was so in charge. I'm like, pray for my enemies. Meanwhile, this person was showing up in my dreams and things like that. And I realized that every single time somebody has done something to me, knowingly or unknowingly, something bad happens to them, right? It's not because I lit some type of candles or said a bad word. It's just I work with a network that is that powerful. Like, you just not gonna do bad to our daughter. Not realizing that same network was like, you have a lot, we give you a lot, but you have a lot of responsibility. You have to pray for your enemies. You can't be out here bad talking to anybody, whether it's behind closed doors or anything. So when I realized that there was somebody that really hurt me, I had spent a lot of time with, literally food, shelter, clothing, transportation, communication, education, provided all of that for this person and their loved ones. They stayed with me. And I realized that every time I got an opportunity, I would go back into my past life go back into something that was not present, that is not happening now, and I would speak ill of the sister. It's because I was really hurt. And people would be like, "Oh, how's your sister?" And I'd be like, "Man, F that B, like she did this and she did that." And I realized one day, like, you gotta stop doing that, because you really cared about her and her children. And if you were to find out that something bad happened to her, you would really hate to think that you added to that bad happening to her. Meaning, as though my mouth went out and I said, I don't like it. She's ugly. She's mean. She's a liar. And then this person came in over here saying these things, and this person over here was saying these things, and they created a Voltron of like energy. They created a Voltron based off of the law of correspondence. Like attracts like. And so all this energy is going towards this person, and this person just happened to wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Might have realized the lights was cut off or something, just had bad energy, went in, and the children weren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. So you hollering at the children, you projecting on them, you get into the car, you turn around, and something crazy happens and they get in a car accident. I don't want to have any karma from that. Because I said something, and then Dooley said something, and then Taj said something, and then Naila, you understand what I'm saying? We keep acting like we believe in the Most High and we believe in the all that we are part of, yet we still do not treat other people how we want to be treated. When somebody does harm to us, instead of getting the lesson, we say bad things, we think bad things, and we always think that it only applies to people that we do not know. How many times a day do I see people talking about Trump? You don't know that man. You don't know a Jay-Z, you don't know a Beyonce, but we have so much to say about people. A Kanye, a Diddy, we have so much to say, and we sit on a bench as if we are a judge, not realizing that it is enslaving us. Because the more we do that in the realms that we cannot see, which is in Ifa cosmology they call Egbe, we have spiritual societies. You have like attract like energy. You have, so let's say I passed right now and I was a murdering, thieving person. When I go to the next realm, I'm going to go where the murdering, thieving persons are going to be. You know what I mean? Like that, that's just how it is. As above, so below. So I realized that we do a lot of talking, and that is part of the reason why, in my personal observation, we have not reached the levels that we can reach at this point, knowing what we know.
Those are great points. So you mentioned the law of correspondence. Now, can you tie that into the cause and effect? Because there's a tie there as well.
I'll say it like this. Even before we came into this first dimension, first couple dimensions, which we kind of are the only thing that we honor, where do you think we came from? So I'm only bringing this as an example because my grandson, when he was 7 or 8 days, we did the Kosajaye Esentaye, which said where he descended from. What line? Was it the maternal? Was it paternal? How many generations did he descend from? And how many rotations has he been on this realm? Is he here for any karmic things? Stuff like that. He did not come from my ancestral bloodline, nor my daughters. He came from the fathers. And we're like, what? You know what I'm saying? We're kind of like, we're the ones who were here and on crowned and, doing the most. Nope. He doesn't have any karma or anything like that. Said my ancestors could not stop him from coming. He was here because of my Egbe. We're from the same place spiritually. So we come here through bloodlines. You got to come through a bloodline. It doesn't mean, and I want people to also know that you don't always have to come through. Look, you could be born to a Caucasian tomorrow, We always think that you have to be born through the same bloodlines. You are born based off of your spiritual need to incarnate. It's not your physical need. So today you might have been born into a line that is Moorish or American indigenous, but in a previous life, you might actually remember and realize like you might have been Irish. And I watch a lot of this type of stuff like on YouTube. I watch how, these parents, they figured out like their child was talking about something in a previous life. This little white boy was a black woman from the hood. So now that I got that out, law of attraction states that if you come here and you needed to, in this lifetime, they're like, listen, we have to, you're going to have to go to earth. You're going to have to go somewhere because your love vibration is just not vibrating. It's not life in this realm of crystalline energy or whatever. So you make a choice to be like, you know what? I am going to go back to earth school, to the marketplace, and I'm going to learn about love. Do you think that you're going to be born to loving parents? No, because that is your job. You're going to have certain things that happen to you that you decide. You're going to decide that, in chapter 1, maybe there's going to be some molestation here. Chapter 2, maybe it's going to be a child out of wedlock. Chapter 3, but the point is that you eventually will find love because that's what your destiny, but you're going to have to go through those channels. So the law of correspondence stated that you have to go, like attracts like. So you're going to fall and descend to the like energy. You're going to ascend to like energy. And the reason why I brought my grandson up again was that we came from the same space spiritually. He wanted to make sure that in our bloodline that we're keeping the ancestral rights going. Now, they don't need to look like Yoruba or Africa. They can look like what we were doing over here with our family reunions. And even though I don't roast pig, but that would be like our sacrifice. They had a whole roasted pig back in the day in the Carolinas that, that we were doing. And people prayed over that pig, right? But it doesn't have to look like me now throwing some bones or some shells, doing something in a tradition that I know not of, and saying, and sacrificing a pig and then throwing it out. But he wanted to make sure that we knew that the ancestors are in us, that they're not something that's on the outside. And the way that we elevate is by elevating our character, getting these lessons and move on. And that was one of the reasons that he came. And he came with he didn't come here with any karma, meaning like he's here to observe and just get the job done. And he will bring joy. He's going to bring a lot of answers, and on his bloodline he's going to help bring that family together. That's why he took advantage and incarnated through that bloodline. As far as our bloodline, he's first generation abundance child, so he's source Messiah King abundance child. We have a Nanatawa L abundance child. We have Tamiko Marie abundance child. That's my word sound power and my designation, because what is a name? It's a designation. That is my designation. You see, so that is the law of correspondence. Like attracts like. That's the best way that I can explain that one.
Yeah, that was excellent explanation for point clarity for the audience, and we'll probably so I'll type your questions in because I'll probably jump to questions earlier than I usually do. Type your questions in. Anyone need a further explanation, a question they want to ask?
I kept hitting mothership.
Those who are just joining us, we have for the third time Sister Abundance Child. I've known her for 15 years. Dynamic, very powerful and dynamic sister.
Thank you.
So she's gracing us with her presence.
Mm-hmm. This is just hibiscus, ginger, and clove. Okay.
Oh, I know. I see that. It looks. Oh man. Man, I wish I had some. Man, that looks good, man. Oh.
This is I used to buy this stuff in the store called throat coat. And I never really liked it because it's so heavy on the licorice and it's just But I just told my daughter I put like triple the amount of clove and ginger that I would normally put in this drink that we sell to our customers. And I juiced the entire line. the lime, you know, I use the skin, everything. I was
Oh,
like, no
good.
throat coat
All right.
because I forgot to turn the heat off last night. And when I do that, it messes with my sinuses. So I
Yeah,
woke
it's
up with
too.
my
Yeah, too
throat
got you. Yeah, it was stuffy. Yeah, it was too
dry.
much. Yeah,
I usually turn to keep
it's
the window
dry.
open.
Yeah.
So I woke up
Yep.
and this has been doing me. That's why I told you I've been nursing this all day because I'm like, wow.
Yes.
That clove is really good. Don't, I would say always keep a lot of ginger in your house and a lot of clove in your house and a lot of citrus right now for this season. That's very simple, very simple things.
I'm checking it. Checking the. We got Samaria Bay.
Uh-huh.
What's the best way to break generational curses?
Well, first of all, you want to talk to the people that you came in the generation with, your family. So a lot of times it's a lack of communication that is the curse. There are things that are being passed down. So I will say in my family, a generational curse looked like pedophilia. It's a lot of that happening in our communities. And I was like, wait. Like, this stops. Like, what do you mean? My mom goes to get she went to go get like psychological or mental help. And just like that's what we do nowadays. And well, she's always valued that. But anyway, she realized that she had pushed down some things, not realizing that she had some kissing cousins, people who was kissing on her and stuff like that. And she had suppressed that information. So what I'm saying is, had I not had a grown woman relationship with my mom, I would not have known that. Like, wait a minute. So this has happened in your generation and then it passed down to me. She was in a domestic violence situation. I was in a domestic violence situation. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Somebody has to be like, this has to stop. So when I say communication, so you can see the patterns, what are you doing? What kind of people why do you keep attracting? Because most times we are very similar energy to our mothers and our aunties and things like that. So first thing is going to be communication. Next thing is going to be a lot of affirmations. I'm just telling you what works for me. Factual or positive affirmations. Because when you're affirming something, you're using your breath. And within the breath is the answer to all things in life, is your breath. So learning how to breathe and how to focus and knowing that when you inhale, if you can inhale and inhale first through your gut and then through to your heart and use your factual affirmations to say, I am the love of all and all love is me. Use your factual affirmation to say, I am abundance. I am whatever it is that you need, and do the same thing in your gut because that's your solar plexus. That's dealing with your identity. A lot of trauma and stuff is stored in women in that same area in their hips. And then we also have it in our heart. So I would say positive affirmations. My therapist told me one day, Abundance, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror every day for 15 minutes and tell yourself that you love you and say, I love you, I don't know how I can help you. So it goes back to knowing that all love starts with self-love. So after you're having communications with your mother, your father, your aunties, your uncles, and your sisters, and when you have to recognize if you're saying it's a generational curse, are you talking about you first got to figure out, are you talking about generational as far as like Generation X, millennials, or are you talking ancestral type of thing? Because ancestral will be something that if you figure it out in this lifetime, things that I have, I'm able to correct it. And with DNA methylation and breath and word, DNA methylation, because before my daughter was born, I changed my diet, and then she was vegan, and then my other daughter was vegan. None of us have, what do you call those teeth? No, those teeth that people, wisdom teeth.
Mhm.
Nobody really gets sick. The flus, none of them were vaccinated. So you can change DNA like that by changing up certain things, but also with the word sound power that I use, that this will not happen anymore in our bloodline because we have open communication about it and we affirm certain things. So affirmations don't always have to look like you're standing in front of the mirror and be like, I'm going to have a beautiful day. Today is going to be great. Money is constantly flowing to me. I always have everything that I need. It's not that. It could be whatever you feel like the curse needs to stop in the quickest way. Again, I feel like is with breath affirmation. With breath and affirmation, certain things will automatically change. Your taste buds will start changing. You will notice that on another dimension from the fourth. So where we are right now is like the third dimension. From like the fourth dimension and up, it will start changing your third dimensional reality. If you start breathing like that and you start saying that I am in the love of all and all love is me, I'm a part of the all and all is a part of me, that I am one with the all and all is one with me, and that I can only succeed as a part of the all and fail as an individual, your everything is going to start changing. Because you're going to start connecting, you're going to start attracting and magnetizing people to you based off of the word and the breath that you're putting out there, because there's a jurisdiction in the breath, there's a jurisdiction in the speech. That's all big mama energy, because we all literally are all connected like by an umbilical cord. Some people say it's silver, some people talk about that lining, that connection that we have that connects us, but at the end of the day, it's real. Most of the things that are real, we cannot see.
All right. Brother Miguel, this is being recorded. This is being recorded as it's streaming live. So as soon as it's over, you can click on it and watch it immediately. So we have someone commented. Let me go back. This is from Michael Bay. Islam, great brother. Always a pleasure to hear from strong Moors with honest heart. Peace, more.
Thank you.
Type your questions in. I'm filling questions. Filling questions now. All sooner than you earlier than I usually do. Facts. Key, the spirit one. I think she was on with when you were on last time.
Okay.
I remember the name, Key, the spirit one. Facts. That's because you are pure hearted. Touch,
Oh,
not my anointed. All
somebody
right.
else said that.
Pure.
True talk. Marcia, Marquise, True Talk.
I also wanted to talk about we have to do a better job. Well, I kind of touched on it with the gossip. Like, we got to be careful not to be like, and that old devil Trump, and like, yo, that's none of your business. We got to stop using the destruction of our ashe in that way, because the mouth is an instrument, so of creation or destruction. And Ifa, again, I always default to this because I love the cosmology. There's an orisha of the mouth called Oli Bobo Taro or something like that. I don't even know how to say it, but it's an orisha of the mouth. And they say that the mouth is the father of all ebo, sacrifice. That's the real sacrifice. Because my husband, I've heard him say a few times, like, everything that's thought doesn't need to be said. So I just really feel like, especially in the Moorish and Divine National Movement, one of the reasons why I got up that Blog Talk Radio so much is everybody was arguing and fighting, and everybody had all the right answers, and nobody else was right. And everybody wanted to be the chief. And everybody knew exactly what Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, exact as if they were there in 1928, and not having the respect for the timeline. And so, really just having a better respect for the masquerade that we're in, which is the human body, and knowing that it's not our total person, because we put way too much emphasis on the human body and a lot of these physical things. That's why I liked. I was really turned on the fact that it was divine and national movement. I needed that. I needed that kind of balance, where I didn't receive that in other schools of learning that I got. It was just Pan-Africanism, or it was, but it was just like, you got to go to Aset in order to get the divine stuff. So this was like, I like the polarity and the balance in that, but and only brought that up because, we're on Moorish Mondays, and I think that we have to do a better job with the divine side, personally. I think character could go a long way amongst a lot of us. And I just really feel like with all of this information, I know that I don't know anything. When I'm sitting in the presence of Abdullah, I listen to so many brothers and sisters that you have on your show, and I'm just dumbfounded, like, man, so much. Even the stuff that you send via Facebook and text, I can't possibly read all that stuff at one time. I'm just like, there's so much I don't know. But what I do know is understanding mores, ethics, codes, and values and stuff like that, and how we just got to be better people. And that's the only thing that's really going to save us at the end of the day. And I just really think that that's the main issue. I think that is the solution. It's character. It's not going to be a lot of the stuff that we think it is. It's going to be our character at the end of the day. And so that's where I'm at, bro, right now. Like, I know I used to be spitting a lot of stuff here, and I can talk about us being stateless, and I can answer all the questions that you sent, what is race, what is all of that. I get off on that, but I found out once I hit 50 plus that it's my character at the end of the day, that if I have character, then I can actually start applying on an individual level government, law, commerce, nationality, birthright. And if what I don't get, I've given enough foundation to my children that maybe they'll get it. And if not, I've been blessed to see a grandson. He'll get it for sure.
You were thinking, when you said that we got to be better people, and we have to, what it is that because we are taught our culture and philosophy. And let me give an example. When a people for generations is indoctrinated with this false concept, you can kill people, you can steal, knock people out, do whatever, and then on your deathbed, you can make a prayer, you can say a prayer, and all is forgiven. That's a false concept.
Yeah.
So when a people, I'm not going to name no institutions, but y'all know what I'm talking about. When a people for generations is indoctrinated with that, you can do all this bad stuff, and then on your deathbed. So what's not taught is what Brother's talking about. We have cause and effect, law of correspondence. So a lot of it is our being indoctrinated away with false concepts. Also not that the culture is in the language. So when a people subjugated, meaning remove the stripping of their cultural identity, their historical memory, their philosophy, and are given false paradigms and false frameworks and indoctrinate from childhood. So that has a lot to do with us that are not having a knowledge of who we are, and not when I say who we are, I gotta explain, because I know some conscious Moors. They think no, I'm a Moor. I know who I am. No. It's more than that. It's more than that. Just this. We're talking about the philosophy, the culture, We're talking about
You're talking
the
about
ritual,
the jurisprudence now.
the
Yep.
jurisprudence.
Yep.
Jurisprudence.
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about.
And I love
The
words.
customs,
Yeah. Customs, the
because
philosophy.
that's all embodied in the jurisprudence. The
Yep.
customs, the rituals, the ceremonies are embodied in the jurisprudence.
I remember back when I was at Aboriginal law firm, we used to always talk about how people need to get their jurisprudence up. So now I'm revisiting these terms as it relates to us. One of the things that I also wanted to talk about was how we always talk about they and them. Who are they and who are them? And who that are seen and unseen that we give so much power to. And I think that the reason that we do that because you can just call out the folks, you know what I mean? And it's not like you're saying anything mean or nasty or anything like that. If you're speaking about something, go ahead and speak about it. But the they and the them, like, we're talking about the 1%. Oh, we're talking about the oppressors, right? That's something else that I feel like we need to stop doing because who are they and them that we keep giving so much power to? I'm talking about in the jurisdiction of speech. Because remember, we are in a system, and so that speech exists in a closed system, whether it's biological, whether it's emotional, right? Whether it's philosophical, whether it's metaphysical, it belongs into a system because once you put a word out there, it goes out there and it is creating a vibration and a tone and a frequency that is going to affect wherever you send it. And based off the law of correspondence, what you're talking about, it's going to have an effect back on you. When you do good, you receive good. When you do bad, you receive bad. Period. The problem is that we are operating off of so many different dimensions and different realities that a lot of times the only time we know that is when we go to sleep and we have a dream and we wake up and be like, that was odd. Or when we have a deja vu experience, or when it was just like, I was just thinking about you, brother, and the brother text or called, right? We get bits and pieces of it. We don't realize that, let's say that it's like you have an energy that goes here, and then you got 12 feet above you, there's another part of you, and then another 12 feet all the way down to the Earth's core, which we are connected. These are different bodies, past, present, and future. That's why it was said time never was when man was not. We can all remember those experiences and we go into the past a lot of times in order to evoke and invoke. We often don't stay present. So that's one of the reasons why I was like, we have to be very careful when who we giving our power and energy to. We love as Black people to say, because they oppressed us and they did. Let's with all this information, we moving out of the age of Pisces and we go into the age of information. Let's get astute and let's start pointing out who are we talking about. So if you're gonna say, I remember I was looking up something and I said, and the Smithsonian is funded by what? And these people in Harvard was funded by, you can't tell me. So this is the science and the proof that you have came from Harvard and Smithsonian and all these institutions that were made money off of so-called slavery. Not so-called slavery, that did happen. The debate is just about, were they Negro? Were they American indigenous? Were they Paleo American? But the point is, I was just like, I can't take this seriously. We don't know who was funding. But at least now I'm giving some force to who were the people that were funding this experiment or this science project instead of just saying they. And then the next generation doesn't really know who they is. And so when they see they might not realize that they has been in their face the whole time and they just been smiling and eating the food and drinking the Kool-Aid because we were never specific about who they are. I'm not saying you specifically because this show is very thorough, but I do hear a lot of they and them. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't see the chat, but I know y'all.
Yeah, that's for a lack of research and knowledge. That's why they say they and them. They can't
But you're
identify.
giving they and them too much power by just invoking them. I was at an event getting honored. I got a humanitarian award Saturday. No, Sunday. Saturday.
I think I saw that on Facebook.
So yeah, everything was going fine, and then this lady got up, and everybody, they were saying what they had to say, and she was like, "Cause we're all under attack, and y'all need to know we're under attack." Friday, and I was like, "No, you might be under attack." Now I knew what the elder was saying, right? That we can't even walk out the door without being under attack. We are afraid for our sons and stuff like that because they're under attack. And I was just like, it's the state of mind, the words that we say. That's what made me think to want to do a show like this, because I was like, hey, I accept the charges for its value. I'm not under attack.
But it's interesting that, of course, she doesn't know that our being renamed and reclassified as black is the attack, is the major attack. That's because that is a major part of the subjugation when a state, i.e. Spain, i.e. France, i.e. Great Britain,
Yes.
and maintained by the United States,
colonizers, yes.
when renaming, stripping a people of their cultural identity, renaming and reclassifying, assimilation. So the black, Negro, colored classification is the attack, because that's a major attack,
So this is
because
the counterattack, and this is what I'm saying we have to do better at.
Mhm.
I'm not going to anybody that has a lesser status than me anymore to tell them that you need to change. Listen, I'm not black. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that. And that's what I was saying. I think that we have to do a better job at,
Mhm.
you can name us whatever you heck you want to name us. I don't have to consent to it. And neither did, I made sure that the next generation has not consent to it. I'm not, in the next generation. And we're going to have to start doing these things in individual homes. But I'm not claiming the attack, because they absolutely haven't attacked me. Somehow I am aware that I'm not Negro, colored, black, African American, any of those, Indian, none of that. You understand? So
Yeah, it's because it's the removing of our sovereignty. So the attack is on all of us, though. Those who were been in the grave for 2,200
I
years.
don't accept it. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's not. No, it's acknowledging the subjugation. It's important in order to remedy it. I hear what you're coming from.
Is the use of words is so powerful that
It's subjugation. No, it's an international law act of subjugation.
Mm-hmm.
It's the removing of our sovereignty. It's the stripping us of our cultural identity. That's a reality that acknowledging it so that we can address it, so that we can apply the international law process known as reversion of sovereignty or post-millennium or self-determination. So we have to acknowledge and come to the knowledge point of knowing that we are subjugation, and then what's the remedy for our subjugation? That's very important too.
What I'm saying is that where there is a dimension where none of this even matters, and it's really not that far away. You have to see it, hear it, feel it, become it. That's what I'm saying. We are not making the metaphysical physical. We are doing too much complaining and not enough doing. I'm saying that I understand everything that you're saying, but my next generation daughters are not worrying about any of that. They're not dealing with that. We won't deal with that. And then the next generation won't. So I'm saying that the jurisdiction of speech is so important that we have to be careful about how we're using this information and using the word sound power of what we keep saying, what we are, what we can and what we cannot do. Because in another reality that will manifest. In some realm, somebody knew that one day a budding child was going to recognize that she's not under the subjugation of any of these things, and that she's not Negro, Black, colored, African American, and she's going to do a really good job between these years to try to teach people and give them resources and people that they could go to and go study under and things like that, and then move on to something that actually matters. And what I'm looking for is to be around people that it matters so much that our lifestyle shows up in every aspect that matters: food, shelter, clothing, transportation, communication. Meaning we have land, we have all those things where certain things don't even matter, even on an international and a global level, because we've done the work that we needed to do. And it all starts with the word sound power. Everything that you're saying is right and exact. I'm just like, I know that for me to okay, I did so much that I attracted getting my children taken away from me. Like, I created that environment. I created that environment. Now people can say, oh, she was a revolutionary, she was Sister Soldier. I created that environment. Like, I literally spoke into existence that, you know, these people are going to test me. I was in the courts. I was doing all types of stuff until I stopped doing that and stopped creating that reality for me. And now my fight looks different. Like, Drop Squad Kitchen is not on anybody's, it's not a United States entity. It's not, you're not going to find Drop Squad Kitchen on the record with the state of Delaware. You know what I mean? But everybody knows Drop Squad Kitchen is a real entity. Like, we really do sell food. We really do trade in the way that we want to. And it's a real thing, even to the point when I was like, okay, I can't keep it up like this. I'm just going to do it from where I live. And it's going to be a private entity. And as a private entity, if you want to do business with me and you trust the way that I do business, because I say this is how I am, then you will sign up and become a member of our society. And then that's how we do business. And then more people are just kind of like, oh, wow, I can't believe you're doing that, until it really, now we got enough people that we can be like, oh, yeah, we're a town, we're a city. Do you understand what I'm saying? No more, I'm not getting any more children locked up, and me getting locked up for $250,000 cash bail. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting myself in that type of situation again. And I realize it's the word sound power. I'm realizing a lot of stuff in retrospect, because now I understand the divination. I understand the Odu that's falling, which is binary. You know, I understand, you know, you start understanding more once you get past 40. So it's really important that people call into existence what they're ready to be able to handle, because whatever you say, whatever you think and you say, it is showing up in this reality. That is a fact. And it's also not a fact that everybody says that, you know, how I always say, okay, so in basic regular understanding, everybody's going to die. But based off of the understanding that I have, that doesn't have to happen. You can be eternal. But it depends on, like, what frequency are you working with? You working with the Fibonacci sequence of base 10 mathematics, or you on some cosmic physics, Ra-Aku type mathematics, dealing with the movement of the planets and whatnot? And these are like base 12 mathematics, which is eternal. And really testing that you could create your reality. I created my reality back then. I said I was going to be on a platform. I had no idea my first platform was going to be Taj Tariq Bey and exalt me to all these other places, that I was going to be able to use my mouth as a weapon. But when you do that, you got to be careful. I really used my mouth as a weapon. Next thing you know, cars were taken away. Accidents were happening. I'm in court a lot. A lot of finance was going to that. Do you understand what I'm saying? My words sound power. The things that I was saying on Blog Talk, the freedom that I was talking about, and the road, the sacrifice I had to do to get to that freedom. It's the I'm saying it's all about it's word sound power. It's more than word sound power. It's really like true magic.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, there's levels to this. Everybody ain't got the power of Obara voice like abundance, you know? That may not be like the pen might be better for you but I needed to speak on that because I know I have to be very careful of what I'm speaking and put into existence as far as words are concerned because it will come true. So I'm saying if you have a person like abundance and you know that if y'all say she's pure heart, sister last night, elder called me, said I'm anointed, any of those types of things, you got to use my words within the nation. We need to be using my words to say whatever it is that we need to say. When they say agent to the principal or something, like I forget the words because I'm not like I used to know stuff, but we're saying we're not that. And you can't make us be like that. We don't care what kind of backward stuff you putting on paper and stuff like that. And we're gonna show and prove because we have our own schools. We doing basic stuff like getting in relationships and staying in those relationships and raising and not just co-parenting. You know, we back to growing things on our own land, like it's real basic stuff. And these forms are in like the chambers where everybody it's important on a school level, it's important on a university level, it's important on a social level, because if we're not having these types of conversations, if I'm going to be at a bar, we're not talking like this, I probably won't be at the bar. I could be at the bar, but we need to be having a roundtable discussion. We need 11 other beings. Like we need some numbers. So what I'm saying is that power, the jurisdiction, and I understand who I am as a judge. I understand who I am as a mama. All my different titles, gatekeeper, HMIC, all those different levels that exist as me. And if everybody has that same opportunity to do the same things so that we know who we are and we start using sounds, tones, because we are the technology, science. I don't want to give it all, but I'm just saying. These are things that we chant all the time. I am the technology, science, math, music, dance, art, all things that we see and we cannot see. Visible and invisible is energy that vibrates and produces sounds, tones. All life within nature is connected and linked together. We constantly chant these things, including us, you know? And I realize whatever it is that we say, like, we see it manifest in reality. And this is not some like Neville Goddard law of assumption type stuff. I'm saying things that we should know from the inside out by just like touching any part of our body. Like if you just touch your gut, what's the energy that you feel right there? You touch your heart, what's the energy that you feel right there? And speak life into it. And we do the same for each other. Yeah.
And type your questions there. Anybody have any questions?
I think it's
Type your
also
questions.
really important for people to know that like we're fine, like we made it, we're doing good, we're okay, you know, like we're peace, we're love, truth, freedom, all of that. But where if love is blocked up, then truth might have an issue, you know? If peace is blocked up, you might not have freedom in a certain area of your life. But we're okay. And you know why I know that we're okay? Is because I'm on this show, which is a part of another network, which is part of a larger network on StreamYard and YouTube that our people are on. I can succeed as a part of the all or fail as an individual. I will not fail in anything that I profess or that I say. So if I say I am not black, I am not Negro, I'm trying to tell you, you guys don't want no heat. And I'm going to pray for you because that's what I was told to do. I used to just have so much fire and forget that I'm a daughter of water too. Like water don't got no enemy, so what are you worried about? I am everything that you talk about, and I am not all of the subjugation, and I'm not under attack. Like I've already won. I see it. I know it. I've always been like that. That's why I've always had success. And whenever I don't, I don't. So I can't do this anymore. I'm like, I am who my grandmama and her grandmama called themselves. I'm some stuff that I don't even know that y'all, I can just look at y'all and be like, oh, okay. So we was Moors. Moors and Muurs. All right. Like law of correspondence is also you attracting that to you, which you are vibrating on that same frequency of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all good, especially everybody that's in this chat, everybody that's tuned in that is supporting you. We supporting each other, the people that's sharing the link, like we're good. You just got to stay there and remember that. Even when, and use that energy. So in the times where you don't remember that and it gets hard, like it'll get you through that real quick,
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. What's the next segment of your presentation?
Oh, man.
You want to get a little bit into some herb discussion, some of your herbs,
I don't know about herbs, but
healing.
I'm trying to think of other things that. I don't know. I just eat a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess I use herbs in everything. So herbs are also your oreganos. I love oregano for so many different reasons, but especially during the cold season and stuff like that. I love to put it in soups. I love it in anything when I'm making pizza. And I think the reason why people like my spaghetti sauce is because I use it when I'm cooking the meats for the spaghetti, even though I'm not using any meats. The meats
Mm-hmm.
are going to be spaghetti, let's say mushrooms. It could be wheat. Oh, lentils make a really good meat for spaghettis and stuff like that. So that's that flavor profile, things that people would call Italian food and stuff like that. That's good to use the oregano, use the thyme. That's going to help with coughing and mucus. I love Scotch bonnet pepper. Any of the pepper is going to help with your blood. Ginger, very great, strong root. It's good for pain. It's good for digestion. It's good for inflammation. All these things can be blended up and put together to make like a green sauce. So I always call it musco. You take all the ends of the stuff, taking the tops of the cilantro off for
Mm-hmm.
various different things. You got the stems. Don't throw them stems out. Take those stems and your parsley stems. And when you're de-stemming kale or collard greens, like keep them for stuff. Use them for your stocks and your soups. Put them in the freezer. They'll be fine. You could juice them. I just like to use stuff and waste not, want not. But all those things, a lot of those things would be considered herbs too. Cilantro, culantro, coriander. I love it. So then now you're getting into a flavor profile. When you start using corianders and stuff like that, that's going to be more like going to the southern part of Americas or getting more into like your stews, like even African stews. So you can still take just always have bases of everything. So tomatoes for Italian, Mexican, American, us, because who make better cornbread stews, rices, but I just right now in this season I am using a lot of Orego thyme, stuff that I mentioned. Ginger. I love garlic. A lot of people say no to garlic. I love garlic. We love garlic. It works.
Mhm.
Lots of lemons and limes. We make everything. Like it's whatever the people want. So tonight we had short ribs with onions. Oh yeah, I made split pea soup, and then I made a salad with just arugula, avocado, that fat to go with the onions and the mushrooms, and I made some short ribs, like out of the rack of ribs and stuff. But y'all can get that at dropsquadkitchen.com. I actually sell the ribs. It can be shipped anywhere in the world. Or if you're in this area, you could just call me up, and I'll just make it. I'll be like, give me a couple hours. Or you can get them off the regular daily menu. And you just have to be a member. That's all it is. People be asking me, and I'll be like, why don't you just sign up?
Let's. How can people become a member? We put.
Just go to dropsquadkitchen.com. Scroll all the way down. There's going to be a link for the mothership. Just click on it. Put a profile picture up so I see what you look like. You'll see what I look like. And that's it. That's the contract. Everything else it has an actual menu on that site. And you don't even have to stay on that site because we can text you the menu, the hours, or you can just go to dropsquadkitchen.com where the daily menu exists. Just go to the tab and go to menu. But I'm feeling so delirious right now from this, taking all this stuff. Like I haven't done anything except propolis. I sprayed that up my nose. That helped loosen it earlier. I steamed.
Brother Abdullah, I think you need to cut it short tonight, man. Sister's seriously under the weather.
Yes, yes. I was just thinking that. So
Is that bad, y'all?
yes, yes.
No, I don't. Say good things.
Yeah. Well, we going through. You actually you know did a good job. Have done a good job with your presentation. So this is yeah, we can definitely cut it short.
Okay.
Just give us your give us a closeout.
Just know I'm not under the weather. I'm working on the words that I say. I want you to work on the things that you say. Always lift up each other. So even if you're thinking somebody's under the weather, just be like, I pray that you have a very good cleanse and any hostile energies or things like that we don't need or that you don't need, that that goes away. I thank you for your time. I thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We cherish you, Abundance Child. We really
Thank
do.
you.
We love you. And this season of detox, you're gonna be back here with Brother Abdullah soon enough. We
Whenever
just,
he invites.
Yep.
How are
No doubt.
you?
No doubt.
I'll be in the
Absolutely.
lab.
Yeah, he's in the lab. Yeah, he's in the lab.
But there's a lot of folks detoxing here in Brooklyn. So we want to be gentle because we're going into that solstice energy. So
Yeah, this is a yearly thing. Somebody when I was younger, they jammed something up my nose. And so every year it comes around this like the same time. That phone cord went all the way up like in my sinus cavity. So like every year I get it like one time where it's just like, oh, time to stop and cut out the things that you shouldn't be doing right now. So I always love it because I'm like, oh, no more sugar for a while,
All right. So next week I have Brother Elkanan on. He's going to be dealing with the astronomical mathematics of winter solstice
Okay.
and Christmas. So he's going to be doing the holidays. In fact, so once again, Those who are interested in getting my books, go to mooresandmasonry.org. Go to mooresandmasonry.org. Don't forget to check out Abundance Child on, once again,
Dropkitchen.com.
dropsquadkitchen.com. So until next week, Moorish Monday next week up at Elkanah, 33rd degree, past Grandmaster, 96th degree, Scottish Rites, Royal Ark, and he'll be live and direct next Monday. Peace, everyone.
See?